Hi YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is March 21st. We got ourselves a Monday, and I jumped out of bed this morning ready for the day. Yesterday we went 6-0, clean sweep. We hit all 5 of our picks, 2 spreads, 3 player props, and then we hit our ride of the day. We had the Celtics 2.5-point favorites over the Nuggets. This Celtics team, man, cannot be beat right now. Thunder, 6.5-point favorite, or underdogs. The Thunder, rumbling, covering Thunder. Just keep covering for us. Then we had Keldon Johnson over 5.5 rebounds. That one was kind of a sweat, and all of a sudden he finishes with, I believe, 8 rebounds. He had 5 for the longest time. He had like 2 in the first half. Still covered it, and you bet we're doing the cash money cha-ching for all these picks because it's a 6-0 clean sweep. Steven Adams, under 3.5 assists. Cash. And then Julius Randle under 24.5 points. I saw a lot of us on YouTube taking his unders yesterday, and man, did that come through. Julius Randle under. And then the ride of the day is coming in from P's picks. Bridges over 15.5 points is what we ran with Mikal Bridges on the Suns, and he had 20 plus. So there was a big time ride of the day. Cheers and applause and claps. The Peace picks there. Right of the day, guys, if you do want to give me a player prop in the comments, you can give me multiple like P did here, Bridges and Jokic. I'm going to pick one of them. I went with Bridges and it cashed, but all you got to do is use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Give me a player prop. You can give me a couple. I'm going to pick one. I'll let you know when I reply to it what I'm riding with, and then you guys have a chance to be featured in the next video, win or loss. So hashtag ride of the day. One last shout out there to P's picks for Bridges, rounding us out to a 6-0 night. Guys, 6-0 night. That means we are 9-1 in our last 10. We did have that tough Friday, but before that we were 7-1 on Thursday. So we are absolutely crushing March, which kind of is crazy because March is a really tough basketball betting month. But somehow this dumb brain is out here crushing it. So guys, make sure to please, go and hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. We are looking at 7,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there soon. And about half of you guys that watch the videos are not subscribed. Yeah, it's like 56%. I'm trying to put the graphic on the screen here. So make sure to use or hit that subscribe button. You can use the subscribe button too. I don't know what you'd use it for, but hit that subscribe button. Pretty please. I beg of you. But yeah, 6-0 spread, 6-0 sweep yesterday, guys. And we have plenty of games to jump into today. But before we do that, I do want to let you guys know that we are going to be bringing a membership to the channel. Nothing crazy. It's nothing that like I'm gonna sell my picks or anything like that because I don't think I'm that valuable, right? But what we're gonna do is have special perks for you guys that want to either support the channel or just pay for those perks. It's gonna be $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee for an entire month. And guys, the badges that I have on the screen here are what will show next to your name in the comments. You get the bronze once you're a new member. Once you go 1 month of a membership, you get the silver, and then gold is 2 months plus, and we'll work on it. But pretty much you guys are going to get a list of perks. First and foremost, the one unique thing I think I'm going to do here is anyone that becomes a member, from time to time, we'll be able to have members on the show. And as I'm here talking about this, either we'll throw in a clip of you guys being able to shout yourself out, give your picks and stuff like that, or I'll bring you guys on the show and we legitimately have the pick show together. I think that's going to be a really unique thing for the members here. And then also we'll do giveaways. You guys get the logo in the comments, everything like that. We're going to follow each other on Twitter. That's something that I'm offering too. Just some cool stuff, guys, honestly. So, and I'm open to any suggestions. So I know I've been rambling for a few minutes here, but I wanted to address those housekeeping things. 6-0 night, and we're also going to be bringing memberships in the next few days here, $2.99 a month. I feel like that's pretty fair, and I would really appreciate the support. You guys kill it day in and day out watching these and commenting and interacting, so I really do appreciate it. But let's jump into the crux of today's video, guys. As always, we go through each and every game here on the channel. I give you my lean, I give you what I'm thinking. My leans were on fire yesterday too. I should have just played all my leans. We had like a 1,000,000 night, but I give you my leans, give you what I'm thinking, and then in the pinned comment is where my final plays will live. I update it throughout the day, so make sure to check that out. We also drop the Discord link in the pinned comment as well, and that is where I go in and explain my player props. I add player props. We don't always talk player props in the video, but I add player props to my pinned comment. And guys, the Discord link, just join that. It's great basketball talk. A lot of fun in there and a great place for the community. I drop my player prop reasoning and rationale in there. But let's jump right into it, guys. Enough of my talking. I am going on and on and on here, but I'm fired up for a 6-0 night last night. Let's keep that momentum going here. We got the Cavs -6 at home here against the Lakers. LeBron James is questionable. Cleveland coming off a win against Denver and Detroit. The Lakers losing to Washington a couple nights ago. LeBron's questionable. Ellington's questionable for Cleveland. Rondo is out. Karis LeVert comes back, I believe, but we still have Wade out, Allen out, and then obviously Sexton is out for season. I do like the Cavs in this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I would have appreciated if Vegas and the books made this a 5.5 point spread, at least at the time of looking at it right now, than a 6. For whatever reason, that half point kind of scares me, but we are going to lean the covering Cavaliers. You know that we call them that. They have not been the covering Cavaliers that we saw at the beginning of the year. They're still positive in their last 10, 5, 4, and 1. But the funny thing is, we're almost betting against the Lakers on this one, not with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're leaning Cavs because the Lakers are 1-6 in their last 7 on the road. Now, it is LeBron's returning home and whatnot. Save it. Save it. Even if he plays, he is questionable right now. Even if he plays, it's been long enough. It doesn't matter anymore. This Cavs team's genuinely just better than the Lakers team. They've inverted records. Cavs 41-30, Lakers 30-41. So we're going to lean Cavs here -6. Next up, we have the Hornets, 6.5 point favorites over the Pelicans. Graham questionable, Ingram still out for the Hornets. No new updated. Those first ones are for the Pelicans. I was about to say we have 2 birds in a matchup here, but the Pelicans are a bird and the Hornets are a non-bird. But the Hornets coming off 4 wins here. Pelicans, OKC, Atlanta, and then Dallas. I think they're gaining some momentum. I really do like them at home. This Pelicans team has screwed us before, but we're gonna lean Hornets here -6.5. This is another one where like a half point makes all the difference to me. But I think that this Hornets team is getting back to how they were playing at the beginning of the year when they were really a good home team. They beat that Dallas team who was red hot, and as we know, Atlanta, decent team as well. So I'm gonna lean Charlotte here. They're getting healthy. They're starting to click like they were towards the beginning of the year. We're going to lean Charlotte -6.5. All right, next up, this would be a psycho game alert. Detroit and Portland, it would be, but this Detroit team isn't a psycho team to pick anymore. They're still crushing it. They're still covering. And, you know, they're even winning some ball games, which is pretty crazy. This Detroit team, 8-0-2. And I know it goes, I'm just looking at the last 10. It goes even beyond that because they've been 8-0-2 for a while here. The thing is why I sounded the alarm and why I think there is justification is that they're 7.5 point favorites. The Pistons, to me, the reason they've been covering games and everything like that is because they've been getting 6 points, 14 points, 14 points, 4 points. They've been getting points. I don't know if I love the Pistons in a 7.5 point spot as favorites here. So I don't think that this is going to be an automatic play for us. Keep an eye on the pin comment to see if we do want to roll with it. But the fact that the Pistons have to win by 8, I love the Pistons and the underdog story, but the fact that we have to win by 8 here, you do catch Portland on a back-to-back, but it was a blowout. I lean Pistons, but I don't know if we make that play. All right, next up, we have the Sixers taking on the Heat. Sixers last night played the Raptors and Cotton L, only scored 88 points. Miami, though, isn't trending in the necessary right direction here. They're 1-4 in their last 5 games against the spread. You look at their 10 split, you'd think that they're a little bit better here, 6-4 against the spread, but looking at the 5, cutting it down a little bit, 1-4 in the last 5. Jimmy Butler is questionable. Oladipo is out. Martin is out. Vincent is out. For Philly, no reported injuries, which is good news there. This Philly team, I don't know where to come out on them. I like the fact that we're looking at an underdog here, spot for Philly at home. But for me, this team is confusing. I talked about it yesterday. I like this team, right? But you see Joel Embiid play, what did he play? 37 minutes last night. Back-to-back spot here. He was questionable for last night's game. I could see him being either someone that doesn't play that many minutes or even like is all of a sudden not in an injury report this morning and gets ruled out, something like that. I think I'm going to lean Miami with the exception that Jimmy Butler plays. He's questionable right now, but if I'm being completely honest, this is a game where I like both these spots, and I can't talk someone if they're on the opposite side of me. I can't talk them off the ledge. So that's me being fully transparent that this may be a game where I kind of just enjoy as a fan or watch and wait for and see how teams are playing for next pick. You know, like I don't want to BS you guys and give you a strong lean here if I don't have it. So I'm going to lean Miami with the exception that Jimmy Butler plays just because I'm worried about the Joel Embiid back-to-back nights playing that many minutes when he's questionable yesterday. But this isn't a strong lean for me whatsoever. All right, next up, the Nets at home getting a 1.5 against the Jazz. Jazz last night beat down on the Knicks. Brooklyn coming off winning 5 of the last 6 games. Against the spread in their last 10, Brooklyn 5-4-1. They have not been great at home, but neither have the Jazz. We're going to go with an underdog here. Brooklyn and the points, obviously, because they're at home. No Kyrie Irving here, but we're going to lean Brooklyn there plus 1.5 points. All right, next up, my Boston Celtics. Oh my God, they are taking it to everyone they play. Celtics absolutely crushing it here, smacking down on the Nuggets, who are a good team last night. 6-3-1 in their last 10 against the spread. On the road, 4-1. This is a great road trip for them. The problem is they're 15-point favorites tonight on a back-to-back. The Thunder on a back-to-back too. The Thunder cash for us. Both these two teams were the two plays that we had yesterday. If we pop it up on the screen, my two spread picks yesterday are playing each other today. Kind of funny how things work out. But I will say, this number's a little bit too big for the Celtics on a back-to-back. They can easily cover it. This Thunder team is not that great. This Thunder team, we call them the Rumble and Cover and Thunder, and they are a great covering team. I don't know if I love the back-to-back, so this is one where I say, you know what? I'm a Celtics fan. I don't bet against the Celtics. I tell you guys that all the time. I don't bet against the Celtics, but I'm not going to be betting on the Celtics tonight. That's just a big number. Yes, they're playing great. Yes, they're playing a Thunder team that probably will lose by 15 plus. I just don't love the spot for them, so I'm staying off of this game, but go Celtics, right? All right, next up, we have the Bulls, 4-point favorites over the Raptors. Raptors on a back-to-back here. I can speak, I promise. Van Vliet is probable for Chicago. No new injuries. And guys, you guys are going to think that I am just such a dummy out here. I'm leaning Bulls again. Why do I do it to myself? This Bulls team, 1-9 against the spread in their last 10, and they cannot buy an against the spread win, but this is it. I'm making the proclamation or announcement. I don't know if proclamation is the right word, but it sounds good. If the Bulls do not cover for us tonight, 4 points, I am not taking a Bulls game for the rest of the year until I go back on my word and probably take the Bulls game. I don't know, but we are not going to be betting the Bulls if they don't cover tonight. They have the Raptors on a back-to-back spot. I think that this team is better than the way they've been playing, so we're leaning Bulls, and yes, it's probably a dummy play because you guys in the comments last time the Bulls played, which was against Phoenix, right? I think I had them at +6. Everyone was like, that is just dumb. What are you doing? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty crazy. And they ended up losing. So we're taking the Bulls there. I wish that they weren't 4-point favorites. I feel like they should be underdogs, but I don't know. This is the graveyard game. Are they a graveyard or do they come back from the dead? We'll see. All right, Rockets 5-point favorites over the Wizards. Wizards played the Lakers last and actually beat them by 8 here. Kuzma's questionable, so that is a big deal for them. Eric Gordon questionable for the Rockets. These two teams played back in early January, and Houston won. Houston played last night, got smoked by Memphis. This is a really weird one for me because this is a... We're going to sound the alarm again. This is a psycho game. You have Washington, who's just a bad team. Houston, who's a bad team on a back-to-back. Washington 5-point favorites. I guess we lean Washington. We lean Washington. They are positive against the spread at home. They're on the road here. Nothing makes sense. So we're going to lean Washington here -5. All right, last game of the night. Before we do, guys, I'm going to ask you guys one last time to please hit that subscribe button if you would, and make sure to use hashtag ride of the day. We're popping a lot on the screen right now. Hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Give me a player prop and I might ride with you. I will let you know, and you guys get a shout out in tomorrow's video, win or loss. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate the support on the channel lately, and we are bringing the tiers to the channel as well. So hopefully you guys do look forward to that. Again, $2.99, nothing crazy, and it would support me a ton. But also I think there's going to be some awesome, cool perks for you guys as well. But let's jump into the last game of the night here. We have the Mavericks, 3.5-point favorites over the Timberwolves. This Timberwolves team is absolutely cooking, but Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable tonight, so that's going to obviously impact it. They're 9-1 against the spread in their last 10, 6-0, and 3-1 to make that up at home and away. This Dallas team also playing good basketball, 7-3 straight up, 5-5 against the spread. They were really playing really good basketball, and then they started about, a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago, started to slide a little bit with that loss to New York. Then they beat up on Houston, beat Boston by just a little bit, beat Brooklyn, and now all of a sudden Philly and Charlotte they lose to. But that is a tough schedule. Like, this Dallas team, within their last 10 games, they've played Golden State, Utah, New York, Boston, Brooklyn, Philly, Charlotte. Like, those teams are included in there. And then the ones that they have beaten stuff are Lakers, Houston, and there's another bad team in here, whatever, Sacramento. So this Dallas team they've been faced with a tough stretch. I'm going to lean another favorite, a lot of favorites in today's video. I'm going to lean Mavericks -3.5, especially if Karl-Anthony Towns does not play. Spencer Dinwiddie's the biggest injury to note here for Dallas, and he's upgraded to probable. So we're going to lean Dallas here -3.5. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. I know it was probably a longer one because I spoke for like, I don't know, a million minutes at the beginning of the video, but hopefully you guys do enjoy the content as of late. And yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for all of these updates. We have the Discord link, and my final plays will be in the pinned comment. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.